Howdy, folks. I just wanted to talk about the Morgan Reilly and Reilly-Greig situation as we await suspension news for Morgan Reilly. I'm sure many of you have already seen the video, and if not, I'm sure you can go find it. I would recommend you go watch it before watching me, but hopefully you come back. Yeah, I just want to talk about that and put my thoughts on it. I wanted to wait a bit and look at what other people had to say and try to formulate my opinion on it. So, Reilly-Greig, if you didn't watch what happened, or you're watching this way down the road and don't want to go find it, uh, the actually I'll start this way. Uh, I was sleepy Saturday afternoon, and I look at the scores, and Toronto's up 2-0 on Ottawa, and well, yeah, that's to be expected. But I'm not a Toronto fan, and I didn't know what should be expected, and that is Ottawa beating Toronto. And I think Steve Dangle explained it very well, but that's not what I'm going to get into. And so I took a nap when it was 2-0 Toronto, and I woke up right before the Oilers game to get a notification that Morgan Reilly was getting suspended after Ottawa scores an empty net goal. What? Ottawa won. So Ottawa won 5-3. Toronto blows the lead to a division rival who is very comfortably at the bottom of the league, and it adds to the conversation that Toronto is soft. And the situation that happened is Reilly-Greig gets the puck. Apparently, he's a bit of an agitator, and he brings it down to the Toronto end and slap shots it into the net. That's kind of a screw you to all the Toronto fans in the building. And so it was a bit of a douchey move. Yeah, you're right. But what Morgan Reilly did was exaggerative. It was an exaggerated reaction. But I'll get into the people who support it and my opinion, because I didn't really agree with what he did. But I will highlight why people supported it. So Morgan Reilly took exception to it. As I read the Greg smiling, Morgan Reilly comes up and smashes him in the face with his stick. It's a cross-checking penalty right to his face. He goes down, causes a scrum, yada yada yada. So again, I'll start with the supporters of what Morgan Reilly did. Yeah, you're right. What Reilly-Greig did was kind of a douchey move, and it's nice that you have a guy who's cares enough on your team to, and that's what Steve Dangle was saying is nice. Morgan Reilly cares a lot. That's why he likes him, and a lot of Toronto fans like him, is because he cares. A bit more on offense than defense, but he cares, and because he cares, he took huge exception to that. That's no problem there with me. The problem is how far he went, and it wasn't worth it. Potentially causing an injury over an empty net goal that's already happened. You're not preventing the goal from happening by putting him in the hitting him in the face, and so that wasn't cool. He's obviously going to get suspended. If you want to discourage him from being a douche, that's fine. That's fine if you want to intimidate him or that kind of stuff. But maybe you go and talk to him and warn him that, hey, you better watch out for the next game, or better yet, don't blow a lead to a bottom five team. How about that? Oh, that might be too advanced for Toronto's liking, but like, what? Don't be in that position, and Reilly-Greig won't do that. And if you want to discourage him from doing that because you think you're going to blow a lead to a bottom five team again, give him a talking to, and the next time you play him, because he's a division rival, you're going to play him again. Then you can go out of your way to maybe fight him or something, right? But now what Morgan Riley's done, because he did that, he's going to get suspended at least 2 games. He has an in-person hearing, so he's going to be suspended for a fair amount of time. And that means Toronto's missing you. Toronto's coming off of a demoralizing loss, and you're gone. You're the only guy who can reliably change the game for Toronto's benefit outside of the core 4 and outside the goalies who've been hit or miss, especially with Justin Wool's injuries. But he's the only notable defenseman there. I like McCabe, but he's not a top line defenseman, and Morgan Rielly is. Even if his defense is suspect, his offense always usually makes up for it, and has this year, absolutely. And now you're gone, and the Toronto is now becoming more reliant on the core four because Treliving's additions have not been good. Sorry to the Toronto fans. I know I have some Toronto friends who are watching this. I'm sorry for that little smirk when I said that his additions haven't been good, because I appreciate that as an Edmonton fan. But again, I'm going to be fair to Toronto fans. Part of me actually feels bad for them that this is the product that they have to watch. A team that doesn't care until the game's over. Because that was the argument for Morgan Rielly, is, well, it shows that he cares and that he's tough. Nobody cares if you're tough outside of the game when the game's over. Be tough when the game's happening, not when it's over. I don't care. I don't care because I'm an Oilers fan, but if I was a Toronto fan, I wouldn't care what Morgan Rielly does when the game is over, as long as it's consistent during the game. And again, I don't watch Toronto games, and I hear that he cares more than other players, so good for him. But like, as a team, you're not sending a message to your team to say, "Hey, toughen up." You're sending a message that to the team that, "Hey, I'm going to be gone for the next few games because I'm going to do this stupid mistake. Good luck. I know you're struggling already." So, no, it was a pretty dumb move to do, and I get you're in the heat of the moment. You do dumb things. I led my league in penalties by a goalie. I get heated. So I get it. I'm not entirely ragging on him. I understand where he's coming from, but at the end of the day, he just cost his own team for the next couple of games because he wanted to take it out on a young kid who scored an empty net goal. Which you can say, well, that's when you say it like that, it means it's pretty bad. Yeah, because that's what it is at the base of it. So, anyways, those are my thoughts. If I try to keep talking, I'll probably just say those things in other words. So I'll end it here. Normally, I'm happy to brag on the Leafs, but I want this YouTube channel to be universal to all the fans, so I've hated on Ottawa at times too. Though I told my Ottawa friend, "Hey, I was cheering for you yesterday too." It was kind of fun to see. When it comes between two teams that I don't really care for, I just want the funniest outcome. And Toronto blowing a lead to a bottom five team is a pretty funny outcome. That ended in pretty wildly. But that's it for now. I passed the 8-minute mark for ad's sake. Not that I'm making money on these yet. Hopefully, I am at some point. Maybe not. But that's it. That's the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I see more of you, or you see more of me, that kind of stuff. I hope I've earned your like, your comment, and subscription even. I will keep putting these videos out. I intend to. Maybe meteor strikes the house tomorrow, but as far as I know, that's not happening, and I'll keep putting out videos like these, and hopefully you learn more from these videos. I learn more from making and researching these videos, and I hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. A bit stuttering right at the end. I thought this was a good end, and I stuttered. Whatever. Bye-bye for now. I'll see ya.